Alright guys, we're back. Did a little bit of equipment buying. We actually had all the money we needed. I don't know why I thought we needed more. And after the realization of the situation for the spells, we're gonna move on to Reeve, the community up to the north on this continent. And as you probably saw at the end, we came away with only one trope point, which was the sleepyhead rule. Although we saw some others as we went along, and there are plenty of questions about, oh, will this come up and I just don't remember, that sort of thing. So we're moving on. I was going to tell a story, but this is definitely going to be a game on PPM's list. And I think it would be more fun to tell that story there, because it's about this game, a family member, and me being an extremely young child and making an assumption that was way wrong, and just how silly of one it was, for one. And just, I don't know, I want to share it for the world to just laugh at me. That's all it is. Now, I think with these guys, they can start doing the sleep attack, I thought. And poison is usually always right around the corner. It'll be interesting doing some of these fights noticeably under-leveled. We'll see how that goes. Because we are going to do a little fighting here. 5 agility, nice. Do a little fighting here, because we're going to get some more equipment and go from there. Giant anteater. Do still love the art style of these monsters, and how many of these monsters have actually stuck around for the long run. Final Fantasy has plenty of things that have stuck around, but from just like a monster count, I feel like Dragon Warrior is right there at the top of that list. Welcome to the village of Reeve. I believe he's going to sell the same items plus the merchant stuff. So yeah, the turban, that kind of thing. What was this guy's deal? Did you obtain the thief's key? No. I hear there is a cave in the forest south of this village that connects to the Tower of Najima. You heard correctly, sir. When you walk outside of town, you may encounter things in some suspicious places. It's not good enough to look from a distance, get up real close. He's talking about the patch in the grass that I honestly don't care about. Oh, is this where I can impress this dude? I remember this. Heave, ho, ugh, no way, it's too heavy, it won't budge. I just had to press down and it moved. Wow, that strength of yours will come in handy someday. I always appreciated that they did that. I don't know why. I just did. What do we need money-wise? So 550 for the chain sickle. The training suit. You know, I didn't look to remind myself, but I think over time, even that stuff, the fighter isn't supposed to use. I could be wrong. So we got a little money that we're going to have to get. Is there anybody hanging out in the daytime? There is. It's this little kid. Hey, kiddo. Scorch a lot of monsters, okay? They did in my mama and papa. And then he whimpers. I wonder how they did in his parents. These towns don't really get attacked by monsters, you know? So the patch of grass I was talking about is this one right here. Oh god, I forgot about that music. I love that. That is so good. I don't want to head too much to the right just yet. I want to see how I do with the monsters in this area first, because the monsters to the right are definitely stronger. We fought nothing, so let's see if anything changed at night. We've got the dude who's curious about the keys. The horse is still hanging out over there. Shopkeeper, but we can't reach him. Maybe my question will be answered when I come up here. So here's a dude. Hey, dude. That child's parents were done in by monsters, they say. Poor thing. I'm starting to question who they is. You know, like, this doesn't just happen. They must have been going somewhere. What were they doing? Questions. Now, I can't recall if the monsters to the east of here was their deal that... Were they stronger than the monsters in the cave we got to go through? I can't remember. You know what? Maybe I should go ahead and start inching my way that way, just because more experience, more money, more power. Blip, 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 blip. I don't really have a good plan of attack here. Very good battle music. Finish what I started over there. Mother. I kind of wanted to do that. I mean, I still have that thing, that mental block that I talked about in previous episodes where, oh, I'm just cheating so much, you know? And obviously there's a point to it. My God, her luck must be just off the charts at this point. But I get that it's the point, it's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I like playing games too, you know? So I don't want to just destroy these games and have it be absolutely nothing. So still having a hard time with that. Yeah, and it turns out Goof Off's can equip copper swords if you're wondering how she's managing to cause so much damage. And at the moment it looks like Rob and I are the fast ones here. I seem to attack first and then him. And I think that matters now. I do think that agility has something to do with that. Oh, it's the spiked hairs that put you to sleep. And then the scorpion wasps will poison you, if I recall correctly. So let's see how this goes. Yep. Yep. Oh. Okay. Oh, good. Good. The one who's awake is the one you can't count on. Yep. God. Oh, man. I know, before anybody says it, I did it to myself. Yes. Why did he flee already? I remember them fleeing when you go up in levels, but we're not there. Hell, half of us are napping. Thank you for taking a break, Mother. Yeah, great. So the whole point of coming here is to get golden experience, and half of the enemies ran away. Oh, right. Okay. That'll help make up a little bit for it. Now we're all awake. My God. Oh, you attack now, do you? Sure. But yeah, there was more gold. You know what, actually? That's right. Save state. Because it occurs to me, I don't know, maybe I end up in a situation where this just can't be won. I vaguely recall something like that happening to me one time playing a Dragon Quest game. For one, why is Brenda never falling? Oh, well, never mind. There we go. We're all sleeping. They're still chanting it. They're going to start running away. Yep, there we go. As I'm saying the sentence, they start doing it. It was on a replay for sure. But I don't know if I was cheating. I don't think I was, but it just became this... It became this impossible to move on thing because we were just weak enough against whatever we were... Darn it. I don't know why I just kicked the mic stand. Whatever fight it was that I was in had a creature that could call reinforcements and was doing it at a really high level. And I was just weak enough that it took me too long to knock one of them out. And so it was a stalemate, essentially. I remember winning it finally in the end when they stopped calling for reinforcements, and I remember it was like just a killer situation because I lost so much HP and had to use so much MP. It was just an absolute mess. So yeah. I don't remember if that was this one or 4. It had to be one of those two. I'm trying to remember, because if it was 4, it would have been 4 on the NES. And for whatever reason, I'm imagining Chapter 2, which is Elena? Good, at least somebody who can attack and maybe quickly stayed awake. Ooh, they are definitely faster than us, though. There's the problem. Yeah, can we take these guys out? Come on. I obviously came here too soon. I might need to start... See, I don't know if I should even head back, though, because we'll be able to easily see how we get better and we actually take these guys out, you know? Oh my god. Everybody, kill this stupid rabbit. Thank you. Because there had to be 4 of those things. Good. Every time this happens, we're going to have an easier time of it. That's a good strength and boost there for us. Oh, and he learns a spell. Heal, so not important. Frogors. Can they? They might be able to poison. But now that I have somebody who can heal, I'm less worried about that. And I've also got that Wing of Wyvern in case I have to... because again, I don't know how the MP code is going to work. This game, I've only ever done the normal thing for me, which is the money cheat. And that's about it. So I definitely don't know what the real impacts of some of these are gonna be on the game, other than to make it faster and easier. I am starting to think, though, that I don't want the video to be too large, even though we can cut it down for you guys. Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll move on. We're gonna move on slowly. And we'll do the Tower of Najima for sure. And then we'll do the Tower of Najima, and then we're also gonna do the intercontinental whatever. I don't know what they call that little cave. It's not really a little cave, it's a massive cave. But to get to Romilly, because that feels really amazing. All that time just wasted for nothing. You gotta love it. And you know what I'm also thinking too, because this was mostly to do money. I think I really should have just sold the equipment that I had when I upgraded these guys to get those funds. It's always so hard to tell because you just don't know what you're gonna run into when you're cheating with stuff. Because where am I at now? Yeah, so let's do that, and just so we can move on. And we'll sleep just to get the HP and stuff like that up to whatever their maximums are. So here's what we're gonna do. We can't buy this, but we can buy this. We'll give it to him. And then we'll give him another one. And then we'll give him a third one. Because I think he can hold that many. I don't know. Okay. No. And now, instead of equipping it... Oh, right. That gets fixed in the 4th game, where you can sell at every shop type, not just the tool shops. So yeah, there's still little improvements here. Oh, I didn't have to do as many as I did. No. Let's save our time. It's going to be faster to go through the dialogue of tossing these than it will be for the other thing. Despite all the problems I mentioned in the previous video of running into games that just don't really fit the type of RPG we're talking about, I am still really looking forward to doing these. And, yes. Who do I want to get with? Oh! Nope. That is not what I meant. Darn it. Now I just wasted my time here. I meant, yes, I still want it. Give it to the next person. That's how I would normally check and see who can take what. Because it takes a little bit for them to figure out the whole, hey, tell somebody whether or not they can equip it without trying to buy it first. So that's the 2 people who are going to be able to use that. I doubt he can use this. No, I don't want it. But he might be able to take that magic knife. It's still easier to check on these than the previous 2 games. That's why I had to go with, you know, we're not going to worry about the other stuff, just weaponry. It's so much easier to check with... Oh, I already did that. That's right. With this method than it is pulling up a list online and being like, okay, whose letters line up on this column with this row to figure... You know what? Brian's going naked. It's just, I don't know. Little things like that. Okay. Little things like that matter, I think. So we're going to take a little save. There we go. We're going to head to the cave on the promontory. I think I said this before in the Dragon Quest II videos, but when I see a row of slimes like this, I get real excited because my favorite Dragon Quest monster is the Slime King. 4 might be when he first shows up. I don't remember him showing up here. But don't hold me to that. I feel like 4 is the one I like to reference the most. I would say it's my favorite one, in part because it was the first RPG that I played that I feel like was really, really giving you a story. The story here is kind of background noise. A lot of people talk about the story as it's done in Final Fantasy I, but I don't agree. I feel like... Oh, weird, this one does do that. I thought that was very novel in 2, but I guess not. Huh. Shows what I know. I already lost what I was saying to you guys, and so forget it. Oh, I was talking about stories in RPGs. Because 1 has a lot of story... has a lot of pieces that would fit into a story. I don't feel like they really told the story, though. Because it's more like... Okay, we just walked in this direction because that was the only direction we could walk to. Oh, hey, look, pirates took over this town. Guess we should do something about that. That kind of thing, not good enough for me. It has to be, we've received word, or we're going in this direction for a reason other than where we stop at. And they didn't have it then. Can't really say much about 2 and 3 because even though I've played them, I don't remember if I beat 3. That was way later. when they finally came over here. Something else that I'm doing new too is I'm putting sort of a time control on myself where I'm not doing these super long sessions. I'm going to be breaking them up when it comes to recording. Yay. Not great. I do have a map up. It's on the other monitor, which is saving me from just talking to you guys while you stare at a screen that's not moving forward. Not that I won't have to stop from time to time, but like I'm looking, the treasures on here are medical herb, wayfarer's glows, and 16 gold pieces. Like, are you kidding me? Get out of here with that nonsense. We don't need any of that. Yeah, because this here is the clothing. The gold is in the room up there, but it's only 16 pieces. It's just not worth it to me. So, let me click out of here real fast, because we are now in the next part. And I want to make sure I go to the right spot. Okay, so 6 is a what? That's to the castle. Okay. Alright, on we move. I don't know if you get into a fight on this part. The sun is setting, and the geese are coming home. I don't think they get picked up on here either, though. Okay, now we're in the thing proper. So now I have to look. That's 40 pieces of gold. That takes us to a leather helmet. So we're not going to do that. We're coming down this way. A couple different pieces of music just for going through this segment. That's pretty cool. So far doing this, we've been stuck with a very limited playlist of music, and I'm very happy to see that's not always the case. What's in 10? A wing of wyvern we've got. Oh, those moths, I believe, like to... Actually, you know what? I believe they like to surround us. And they do. These spells are always very effective for the enemies. I'll have to experiment, because I know that's one of the tropes, and see if indeed... Actually... Trying to figure out the best combination with this weird team. I don't know I don't have a normal grouping strategy for my attacks now. Alright. This one didn't take too much longer with that surround. Although maybe now it's going to. Oh, good. There we go. Oh good, the most useless member currently of our party. I think I was teasing... Wow, luck 18, intelligence 3. I keep saying that character is going to get magic. I don't know why I'm pretending like this is a huge spoiler or anything, especially for people who are going to take the time to watch this. The reason why I keep saying they're going to get magic when they currently don't have any is that you do end up with the opportunity... What the hell was that place called? There's a place with an opportunity to take a goof off and turn them into a sage, which you can actually do with everybody or almost everybody. But I don't know. I think I'm going to limit it to just the goof off here. And then they become a sort of magic master, if you will. Oh, babbles. Stop taking breaks. Yeah, we're going to get poisoned here, aren't we? But if we do, that, how did I miss? Okay, so we've been poisoned. We can finally test what's going to happen when I'm walking around with this cheat on. It's amazing to me how little some of the art of these enemies has really had to change, because it's just so effective and memorable as they are. Okay, so Brian's at 14. Okay, so we saw a flash. Oh, okay, so I was mostly worried about nothing. I'll still probably, make sure to get rid of their poison and everything like that as long as I can. Because I'm sure for any of you who are watching and not just putting this on as background noise, you don't want that flashing in your eyes. I don't want it in my eyes. But I don't have a pilgrim. I don't want to overuse these just yet, although I guess I am about done here. So let's go ahead and use this. Just get rid of that. So you have come, Aris. I dreamed that I gave you this key. Oh, that's a trope. That's one that I passed on, actually. So, there we go. So I give you the thief's key. Do you accept it? I do. Well, then be off with you, Aris. I'll go back to my dreaming. Right now, these keys should work much more along the lines of the way that I remembered them, because that was a problem I ran into with number 2. So, normally, the way that you would handle this, or the way that I used to always handle it, is Wing of Wyvern or Return My Way Out of Here. However, that's not what I'm going to do. It's so weird to me. I don't remember getting attacked on a first step. I don't know why that just didn't stick in my head. I was so surprised when it happened in DQ2. Oh. Yep, I did not align this very well, did I? There are some treasures to actually get over here right now. So we're going to do that. Then we'll use, let me just see where they're at real fast. That's gold. Oh, that's to that place out there. I thought there was a cool thing here. Am I thinking of something else? There is a cool thing here. Okay. There's only one treasure that was worth coming back here for, and I was completely wrong. You do get attacked here. How about that? There we go, but maybe don't waste it on a slime. Maybe use it where it's needed. What I was going to say is then we'll go and open up some doors. And then we'll... I don't know. This episode's getting a little bit on the longer side than I would want it to be. So that's something else I'm still kind of thinking in my head. I guess the length of the episode time shouldn't matter too much. I guess it should be, is there a natural break? And since it's just me doing these on my own time, I don't have to worry about other schedules in this case. So yeah, this one's going to be longer because of what we're going to do. In order to avoid it, being ridiculously too many. We don't want it to be ridiculously long for episodes. We also don't want a ridiculous number of episodes, I'm guessing is what I'm going for here. It's a perfect balance that even with games that I know pretty well, I don't know that I'm going to be able to just figure it out in advance. There's other treasures here, but there's just one that I want. And it's this one, right here. The Agility Seed. I'm going to give that to my guy. My guy. Since he can't use any equipment, might as well help him out somehow. He can use some equipment, I won't be using it. Like, I think we're going to get to the claw section too. I know I end up using those with Elena and 4. I don't plan on using it here, though. That's something I can always look up later and confirm what the best approach is. It's one of those things that is usually more clearly explained and defined in other games. So yeah, we're back here. I don't remember if that was a travel gate or what that was. That's behind the iron door. No. Where is the Wing of Wyvern? Here we go. Ah, look at this. We get to pick from locations instead of just where we last saved or only Tantagel. Alright. So we're going to first go up to the King's place. See what people got to tell us. I'm not searching drawers and pots and things like that in this one because I don't remember them hiding stuff here. Ooh. I don't know why I'm getting a double tap out of the down. I've been running into that a lot lately. They say there's an old man who makes magic balls in the village of Reeve. Okay. Oop, there we go. Might as well go over here. What about you, sir? You can break open the seal on the travel door using the magic ball, I hear. Boy, all of a sudden, behind these doors, people just talking about magic balls. Oh, I could have went over there. Got 2 people to talk to down here. Still in the era where you can get blocked by NPCs, but these environments seem mostly larger. The magic ball can break down walls, they say. Boy, you people are just the best conversationalists. Absolutely top-notch. Help, I can't find where the magic ball is. Long ago, the travel door used to be in the easternmost part of Aliahan. Yep. So that's supposed to be the clue about which wall you're supposed to be breaking down. And you know what? I can't remember what was in this long hallway. Was there a door, or was this just to the jail? I think it's just to the jail. I think there was another door to the south of the jail, but I think that took the next level of key. This kind of key right here. I think it's 3 keys again. Just like it was in 2. But in my head, I think that when you get the next key, it works on its level and the one below it. So we'll see if I'm right or not. Okay, so looks like all we really have to do is, at least here, is just check in on these folks. Nope, we're not going to use the chain sickle on the door. Okay. There we go. Hey guy, wake up. It's the middle of the day. I wanted to sail the far seas. Okay. Oh, boy. This is really doing that a lot to me now. Seems the man in the front room tried to make a magic ball and failed. I know where to get the magic ball. It's not that I've forgotten, but man in the front room. Front room of what? I don't quite get what that person's pointing at. We're gonna sleep just to get the numbers reset for our health and MP and whatnot. Oh, I had mentioned briefly, so I'm gonna walk to Reeve. I had mentioned briefly that I was running into a weird situation with the controllers here. Something must have gotten an update. Was it the graphics card? Was it Windows? I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. But, you know, Pixel Pack and Mama has been using this NES controller that's connected to the PC via a cable that I bought from RAFnet for a good amount of time. Yet for the past month, I've noticed something, which is that, how do I explain this? It's, I thought it was this controller. It's not. It has to do with plugging, plugging and unplugging USBs from my PC. And I can't tell if it's related to Steam being open or to RetroArch being open. Because in my case, you have to have Steam open for RetroArch, the way I'm using it. I don't know if RetroArch has a standalone program, because like a lot of these emulators do. I don't know about that one though. Alright man, give me your balls. I've heard this story already. Go ahead and break the seal with this magic ball. Gah. Like I care. So what seems to be happening is that if I am switching from a USB plugged in controller, unplugging it, plugging it into another, it will make the primary monitor only, not the secondary one, sort of blink on and off, not rapidly, but slowly, and for an amount of time that I can't really discern. I can't say, oh, it's going to do 3 blinks on and off within the next 30 seconds. It's very inconsistent how it responds. And for the longest time, I thought it was, for a couple of weeks there, oh, new spell from Rob, I thought that it was related to the RAFnet cable somehow. Ice Bolt, that's useful. I think that's just stronger than Blaze. I think it might miss more, though. I can't remember. So that's what I had been thinking. Except, I thought that until last night, when I was actually going through some of the titles that I wasn't sure of and wanted to see, do I keep it on the list or not? And while I was doing that, I said, oh, you know what? I need to recharge my headphones that are Bluetooth that I wear when I'm working out, and I need to recharge the heart rate monitor. I use a standalone heart rate monitor. I don't use watches like a lot of people do. Nothing against the watches or how accurate they are or anything like that. I need water. Yeah, so nothing against the wrist-based watches and the smartwatches that will do the heart rate for you. In my case, the situation is just, I have a habit of, hey, a healer. I have a habit of breaking watches a lot, like a lot. And so I just don't wear them anymore because it got to the point where it's like, why do this to myself? I'm just spending money now. And spending money is fun to a point. But so I said, oh, I gotta charge those. And so this PC had one thing plugged in, one of the controllers that I was using via USB. But there was plenty of US, there's 4 of them. Only one of which is tied to the power supply. So I plugged in those other 2 things to start them charging, charged them plenty of times before without any issue, but now that I was in RetroArch at the same time I was doing it, it would do the blink thing from them. And what's really weird is that when I first plugged those 2 devices in, it actually registered them being plugged in and started referencing the Bluetooth Xbox controllers, which have never been plugged in via SUB before. And then I ended up getting another alert about the Xbox controllers once they completed their charge cycle. Also unusual. I don't think this guy says anything useful, but we're going to check. Oh, young man, do ye have the magic ball? I do. You must go to the Cave of Enticement. That's what it's called. You will find it near a spring. That's not... I don't know why I feel like I should be searching these. I don't think they hide anything in these. No, they don't. Because I'm dumb. Let me actually pull up the Cave of Enticement map here, because we're going to need it in a second. And I know there are dead ends here. So yeah, just really strange that it would register that way. So I think the blinking has something to do with RetroArch or possibly Steam. I'm leaning towards RetroArch because this problem started recently, and I only started using RetroArch recently because I keep running into the same problem with one of the emulators that I use. That is also a different display issue. And so that's one thing. The question I have is why would something that's not a controller be registered as a controller in RetroArch? Like, it just assumes anything plugged in as a USB to the same machine is going to be a controller somehow, and it goes to that default? That's weird, you know? This is the Cave of Enticement, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, man, I know what needs to be done. I talked to everybody else who also knew what needs to be done. Prepare your eyes for a massive explosion. Wicked. Alright. Now on we go. Are there any treasures worth getting in here? The answer is no. So we're not going to worry about that. So that's one thing. The other thing is, what about changing a USB device from all these completely different devices, only two of which even have the same purpose as one of the others? Why would that cause it to blink the monitor? And then whatever's doing that, it's only doing it with the main monitor. Main monitor is the only one that I'm going to have RetroArch or Steam open on. So some weird, signal crossing going on there. I tried to do a brief search on these things, but I was getting a whole lot of useless returns for my situation. It was a lot of people saying, hey, I can't get RetroArch to register my USB device and what have you. Important problem. You definitely want solutions for that, of course, but it's not... The keywords weren't being sought the way I was trying to get them to be sought. Alright, Agility 5 is good. Agility 3, Vitality 4. The luck didn't go up that time. Curious. It's so weird being this level. Like, I feel like I would never do this cave until I was level 10, is the way that I feel I would have approached it. So yeah, I'm going to be like, wow, again. Hopefully you guys aren't tired of that. But it's just so weird, I wonder if anybody does play a game this way. I know some people get mad when others cheat at a game. I don't care, do what, it's not going to harm anybody. Do what you enjoy. I know a lot of times I see difficulty settings for RPGs where they'll have a pre-built story mode. Of course, I can't remember anyone off the top of my head that has that, but I know I've seen it. And so yeah, I could see maybe there's probably a lot of people out there who do normally play this way because they're just interested in exploring the world, getting the story for a game, things like that. I could appreciate that. I am starting to wonder, since we're going to be so lower level, if me being a fighter and this team is going to be detrimental. Here it is. It's just the left one we want. And I say that based on... I feel like monk characters in games have the same... Here's another trope, right? That a monk character, because they can't use any equipment, they are less useful early on. And so they're a bit of a challenge to use because of that. But then they get this incredible growth. Like, Neverwinter Nights is on the list. I always played that as like a paladin or something like that, and I messed around with magic characters sometimes, but I think I'm going to go with monk or whatever the equivalent word for monk is for Dungeons and Dragons. Really? We had to... Brenda sings a song. We had to have all that babble action, do we? Yep, there's some poison. You knew you were going to get out of here poison free. I mean, come on. One game series that comes to my mind that I'm not sure what it's going to be like playing this way is actually going to be Pokemon. I'm not a super Pokemon guy to begin with. Hey, how'd you know I needed one? Here we go. Brian's recording. Let's put on the sirens. It's so funny because I moved here and I remember thinking to myself, okay, oh great, we're just going to start with the sleep right away, are we? Awesome. Cool. We love when our time is wasted like this. I moved here to this place and I said, okay, you know what's pretty neat is we're going to be this close to the fire station and the police station. That's, oh, come on. That's kind of nice. Would one of you guys just run away already and stop putting us to sleep? Because Brian doesn't have the strength. Oh, cut it out. Good. Great. The one we were hitting. But I was worried about sirens all the time, too. Still went with this place anyway. But surprisingly, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. Except when I'm recording. Then all the crimes happen. So yeah, we're going to be wrapping up this episode soon. We are just about outside of this cave, and we'll walk up to Romilly, which I think is the name of that place, and then we will say goodbye from there, and you guys will see what more trope points get added to the list. Only one from the last check, so a whopping like 0.4% out of the new scale of 283. But most of the tropes come later, of course. Ooh, 5 strength. Nice. Oh, I thought we were going to get a new spell. That one just... Oh, come on. Every other step? That one just felt like new spell territory. Okay, how am I going to want to do this? Actually, yeah. Nope. No, you know what? Because I think Rob is still pretty fast, so he should be able to get that off there. No? Thanks, Rob. One Ice Bolt spell, man. Why didn't you have it ready? Oh my god. And again, for people who are like, oh boy, this spell is way too effective, to be absolutely clear, it's usually not this bad. It's because I'm underleveled. So our speed is, oh shoot, I thought somebody else had already woken up. I think that's the case. I think with this game, agility does matter. I'll have to look that up after we're done here. Because maybe I'm wrong again. Maybe that doesn't happen till later. I don't think it's super random. But I don't know now. I can't get more than 2 steps. 2 steps! I even started talking about wrapping it up. But I mean, I'm looking at the timer. It's not like this is ridiculous. We got stuff done. This is the second cave kind of thing that we've gone through. I'm thinking for the next episode, we'll visit Romilly and the town I can't remember right after that and get something. I don't remember what. There's a tower to do. That'll be an episode. Then a separate episode will be, right after that one will be, I think, the Sleeping Village. And then from there, it's going to be harder for me to tell. Because after that, I'm going to probably rely on how Mike's RPG Center broke up their guide. Because it's not as if I haven't done the rest of the game before. I have. But not as frequently as the rest of this. That is a pretty cool effect that they do. I wonder what happened in that place. Like, why is it messed up like that? Oh, let's actually think about this music real fast. Interesting. It doesn't fit the march kind of... it doesn't fit the 2 music at once sort of stylization as the other ones. But it still sounds really good. Yeah, that's a good song. Alright guys, you will see what I found on the trope list, and then I'm going to relax and just do whatever the hell I want for the rest of the night. Or, you know what I actually might do? I might spend some time just beefing up my guys here, so that things are a little easier and ready to go when I hit you up on the next episode. See you there!
Let's Player needs food badly.